UX design, it's about iterations. It happens during each cycle of the thing that you are designing. Each iteration, it's a UX cycle. Here you have the first, then you have the second. And each of these, it's an improvement of your final product. The threshold between each cycle is feedback, when you validate or change your product. Now in TCUX, we want to tell you best practices for feedback generation, and we are speaking about the feedback grid. The feedback grid is a simple framework that you only need to cross two lines, and it helps you to structure the feedback. Sometimes people want to tell you feedback, but sometimes they are telling you new ideas, or sometimes they have doubts, or sometimes they are not getting about your product, and you try to answer them before understanding what's behind the inputs that they are giving to you. This feedback grid helps you to structure in four main blocks. The first one, it's what worked, that we represent that with a positive sign. The other one is what didn't work, or a negative sign. Then here goes the doubts that the user had about your product or service. And at the end, the new ideas. This is so useful since the user can generate new ideas and structure them, and after that you will decide if you want to use them or not. Now you know the foundations about the framework. It's time to know how to use it. This is Carmen, and she will be our user tester. And the first thing that you gotta do is to ask the user for a goal. In this case, Carmen will look for a TCUX workshop booking. So Carmen, you start to do that goal in 3, 2, 1, go. The second step is to observe the user and to watch exactly what is she doing, and to write down your observations. Now, after writing my impressions, I will do a debrief with the user to understand what's behind their actions and behavior. Mari Carmen, thank you, I really appreciate your help.
You're welcome.
Okay, now we have a lot of insights here. It's time to structure them in our feedback grid. After user testing, we will have our feedback grid full of insights. It's time to iterate, to cluster them in clusters. Now we have different clusters for our next iteration. What worked is that the users find really outstanding the UI interface, such as colors and pictures. What didn't work is that they found that it was hard to book a workshop, and there was a lot of information that they get lost in the web page. They had doubts about how to pay and if it is secure, and they have new ideas. It should be in English. Now that we have patterns, we need to choose our next iteration for our next cycle.
So if you don't know, now you know. This is a very powerful tool that we love to use because it's very flexible for all kinds of projects. If you like this tool, don't forget to follow us on Instagram and YouTube, share it with some friends, and leave us a like.